name's Nina and welcome to today's Pilates class, which is ideal for people who are new to Pilates and also inflexible like me. Let's begin today's class by rolling down onto a mat or a soft surface, placing our hands on the lower part of our rib cage, and then let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. So breathe in through your nose and feel your rib cage expand into your hands, and then breathe out through your mouth and feel your rib cage contract. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's now warm up the upper body. So let's take our arms in the air, palms facing each other, slight bend in the elbow, and then let's take our arms all the way down to our hips and then return to center. So take our arms down to our hips and then return to center. Let's take our arms down to our hips and then return to center. And then take our arms down to our hips and then return to center. Let's now take our arms above our head, making sure we keep our back in our mat, so our back isn't arching. We're not lifting our back off the mat. Only go as far as you can go with your arms, so you might not touch the floor like me, because we're just warming up our bodies. And then take your arms to center. So take your arms above your head and then back to center. Take your arms above your head and then to center. Above your head and then to center. And above your head and then to center. Keeping our arms raised in the air, let's lift our right leg to tabletop, where our knee is directly above our hip, so our knee and hip are in alignment and your leg is bent at 90 degrees. And then place your foot back on the mat. Bring your left leg to tabletop and then place your foot back on the mat. Bring your right leg to tabletop and then place your foot on the mat. Bring your left leg to tabletop and place your foot on the mat. This time let's take our right leg to tabletop and then let's straighten our leg, point our toes, but keep our leg elevated, and then return our leg to tabletop and back down. Take our left leg to tabletop, straighten the leg, point through your leg, feel a nice strong leg, and then return your leg to tabletop and place your foot back down. So right leg to tabletop, straighten the leg, point your toes, keep your leg off the mat before you return your foot to tabletop and back down. So left leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, point your toes, return to tabletop and back down. So right leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, point your toes, return to tabletop and back down. And then last one, left leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, point your toes, return to tabletop and back down. Now let's combine the arms. So bring your right leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to center. Your left leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to center. Right leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to center. Left leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to center. Let's do 4 more. So right leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to center. Left leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to tabletop. Right leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head and then return to tabletop. And last one, left leg to tabletop, straighten your leg, take your arms above your head, and then return to tabletop. Let's now place our arms either on your hip bones or down beside you. Let's do some leg circles. So we're going to keep our left leg bent to give us some added stability. Lift your right leg as far as you can lift your leg. You may have your leg straight in the air. If you've got tight hamstrings like me, your leg may be bent. Let's keep our hands on our hips or down beside you. If you place your hands on your hips, you can check that you're keeping your pelvis nice and still. Your shoulders, make sure they're down and back so there's no tension in your upper back. And then let's take our leg round and then back. So we're doing some small leg circles with our leg, and we're using our abdominals, our hips and our legs. So let's go round and back, and then round and back, and round and back, and round and back. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. And now let's reverse the leg. So some small leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. And bring your right leg in towards your chest and give it a quick squeeze before we place the right foot on the mat, and then we lift our left leg. So you may have your leg straight up in the air, 90 degrees, or you may have a bend in your leg like me. Place your hands on your hips so we can check that we're keeping our pelvis nice and still, or you can place your hands beside you for extra stability. Check that our shoulders are down and back so we've got no tension in our upper body. And then let's take our leg round and back. So we're doing leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And then let's reverse direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and the last one. Bring your left knee in towards your chest and give it a quick squeeze. And then what we'll progress onto is the leg stretch. So we'll do the single leg stretch. So keep your left leg in towards your chest. Point your right toes so your right leg is nice and straight. You're pointing down all the way down to your toes, so the leg is nice and strong. And then we're going to curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat so that our chin is down to our chest to protect our neck from any neck strain. So we're really using our abdominals. And then from here, look down towards your toes on your right foot, then lift your right leg in the air. And then holding your left leg with both hands, we're then going to change legs and hold the right leg. So let's switch and let's switch. So we're left leg and then we're right leg, and then we're left leg and then we're right leg. So we're left leg and then right leg, and we're left leg and we're right leg. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2 and 1. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Lower your head, neck and shoulders down to the mat. Look over to the left side to release any tension in your neck, and then slowly roll your head all the way over to the right side, and then take your head over to the left side, and then all the way over to the right side. And then return our head back to centre, and let's do some more leg kicks. So take your left leg out, point your toes, bring your right leg in towards your chest, hold your leg with both hands, and then we curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat, chin to chest to protect your neck, so don't look up, you'll give yourself really bad neck strain. And then from here, let's change to our left leg, and then we change to the right. So we've got the left leg, and then we've got the right, and then we've got the left leg, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right. And let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and the last one. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Take your head, neck and shoulders down to the mat. Take your head over to the right to release any tension in your neck. And then roll your head over to the left. And then take your head over to the right. And then take your head over to the left. Return your head back to centre. And then let's take our feet down to the mat and do some pelvic tilts before we progress into a shoulder bridge. So place your hands on your hip bones or your tummy so that you can feel the movements of your pelvis as we do the pelvic tilts. So you're currently in the relaxed position, so your pelvis is in the neutral position for you. From here, tilt your pelvis down towards your feet, and you may have a small pocket of air between your back and the lower mat. And then let's release our pelvis back to neutral before lifting our bum slightly off the mat and lifting our pelvis up so that we imprint our lower back into the mat, and we can't get our hands under our back because we've imprinted it into the mat. Let's then release our pelvis to neutral before tilting our bum forward slightly. You may have a pocket of air between your back and the mat, and then let's release to neutral. Let's then imprint our spine into the mat and then release to neutral. So we're just gently tilting the pelvis backwards and forwards to warm up our lower spine. So take your pelvis forward. You may have a pocket of air between your pelvis and the mat before releasing to neutral, and then lifting your bum slightly so you imprint your lower back into the mat before releasing to neutral. From there, let's now progress to a shoulder bridge. So shuffle your heels in towards your bum so that you can tickle the backs of your heels. Your legs are hip distance apart. Your shoulders are down and back so there's no tension in your upper back. Your arms are down beside you, gently pressing into the mat so that your arms are engaged. And then from here, push through your heels, squeeze your glutes. You'll tilt your pelvis up so you imprint your lower back into the mat. Then keep squeezing your glutes, pushing through your heels, and peel your back off the mat, lower back, then mid back, then upper back. Lifting your hips up so that your knees, hips and shoulders are all in a nice line, and your weight is in your shoulders and not your neck. And then from here, let's take our arms in the air and let's scissor the arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's return our arms down beside us, and then let's drop our hips down to the mat, but don't touch the mat with your bum before you squeeze your glutes and push your hips back up. So let's take our hips down and then up. So down and up, down and up. So slow and controlled movements, down and up, down and up, and down and up. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and the last one. Let's now scissor the arms again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's place our arms in the air, palms facing each other with a slight bend in the elbow. Let's drop our hips down a couple of inches and then back up. So we're just going to pulse the hips up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's keep our hips raised, so squeeze your glutes, push through your heels, and let's just hold this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your arms down beside you, and then let's slowly return our back down to the mat. So the upper back first, then the mid back, then the lower back, and then relax your pelvis so that you return your pelvis to the neutral position. From here, let's roll over onto our sides. Let's straighten our arm out in front of us, rest our head on our arm, our legs are bent, our legs and our feet are together. Place your arm in front of you to give you some stability. Your shoulders are down and back, and then from here, let's lift the top leg up and then down. So let's lift and then down. Let's lift and then down. And let's lift and then down. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's now lift our top leg, straighten the leg out, point the toes, push your hip away from you so that you engage all of your body. There may be a small pocket of air between your body and the mat when you push your hip away from you. Place your hand in front of you for stability, and let's do some leg circles. So let's circle the legs, small leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's now place the top leg down on the mat in front of us. Straighten out your bottom leg, point your toes, lengthen through your bottom leg, and let's do some small leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place your bottom leg down on the mat, and let's push up and let's change sides. So straighten your arm out above you, above your head, rest your head on your arm. Your legs are together and bent to give you some stability. Your shoulders are down and back so there's no tension in your upper body. Your hands in front of you to give you some stability. And then when we're ready, let's lift the top leg up and then down. So let's lift and down. Let's lift and down and lift and down. Let's do 4 more. And 3, 2, and last one. Let's now lift the top leg, point the toes, push your hip away from you so you may have a small pocket of air between your body and the mat. You may not, we're all different, but push your hip away from you, lengthen through your leg by pointing through your toes. So imagine somebody's gently pulling on your feet. Place your arm in front of you and your hand on the mat to give you some stability. And then when we're ready, let's do the leg circles. So small leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's now place the top leg down on the mat. Straighten out your bottom leg, point your feet on the bottom leg, lift your foot, and then when we're ready, let's do the leg circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower our lower leg on the mat and let's turn over and let's work our legs and arms. So place your forehead down on the mat. I like to use a towel to rest my forehead. I just find it a bit more comfortable. It's entirely up to you. Let's engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button to protect your lower back. Gently press your thighs into the mat to give you some stability. Lengthen down both legs by pointing your toes so that your legs are nice and strong. And then from here, let's lift the right leg up and then down. And the left leg up and then down. The right leg up and then down. And left leg up and then down. So lift the right leg up and then down, left leg up and then down, right leg up and then down, and left leg up and then down. Let's now progress that move by lifting both feet off the ground. So engage, you'll really use your glutes and make sure your core is engaged to protect your lower back. And then when we are ready with both feet pointed, let's lift and then down. So let's lift and then down. And lift and then down. And lift and then down. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and the last one. Let's now take our arms out beside us so our hands are kind of parallel with our head, and then from here let's engage our shoulders and lift both arms off the mat and then down. So engage your shoulders and then lift and down. So engage your shoulders, lift both arms and then down. So engage both shoulders, lift your arms and then down. So engage and lift and down. So engage and lift and then down. Engage, lift and down. Let's do 2 more. Engage, lift and down, and last one, engage, lift and down. Let's progress that move by lifting our head off the mat at the same time as our arms. So engage your shoulders and then lift your head and your arms and down. So let's engage and then lift and down. So let's engage and then lift and down. So let's engage, then lift and then down. So engage and lift and then down. And last one, engage and then lift and then down. From here, let's lift our head off the mat. So we're still looking down to the mat. Let's lift our arms off the mat and then take our arms in front of us and then round. So take your arms in front and then round. So arms in front and then round. Arms in front and then round. Arms in front and then round. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2, and the last one. Let's take our head down to the mat and let's just work our arms. So take your arms down towards the side of you and let's lift both arms up and then down. So let's lift and down and lift and down and lift and down. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Let's raise our arms in the air, turn our palms down to the floor and then back to the ceiling. So we go down and up and down and up, down and up and down and up. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping our arms raised, let's now pulse the arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We turn our arms down to the mat and let's roll over onto our back to finish today's class by doing the Pilates 100. So keep your knees bent on the mat, place your hands down beside you, shoulders are down and back. Let's raise our arms to hip height and then from here let's pulse our arms and let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your arms and hands down to the mat. And this time let's curl our body up. So we're going to curl our head, neck and shoulders off the mat and then we're going to pulse our arms as we inhale and exhale. So from here, lift your head, neck and shoulders off the mat using your abdominals. Look down to your tummy or in between your knees, so don't look up because you'll give yourself neck strain. And then your chin goes down to your chest again to protect your neck from neck strain. So we're using our abdominals here to lift up. Place your arms down beside you at hip height and let's pulse the arms. And then let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your head, neck and shoulders down to the mat. And then let's take your head over to the left side to release any tension in your neck, and then take your head over to the right side to release any tension in your neck. And then let's curl up one last time for one final Pilates 100. So curl your head, neck and shoulders off the mat using your abdominals. put your chin to your chest to protect your neck from neck strain. Look towards your tummy or your legs. Take your arms out at hip height, and then from here, let's pulse our arms. And let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your head, neck and shoulders down to the mat. Take your head over to the left side to release any tension in your neck, and then slowly over to the right side before we roll over and slowly push ourselves up back to the seated position that we started today's class in. So thank you for joining me for today's 30-minute Pilates class for beginners. I hope you've enjoyed the workout, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.